Tax season is about to get underway, and we wanted to get a video out to you just to get you prepared for what to do as soon as you receive your login and password into the tax software. So we're going to use a demo login and password here to just show you exactly what you need to do. So I put that in. This is our test password. Our no limit test is the preparer name, and no limit test is the password. The URL for the software is again nolimit.cloudtaxoffice.com. So we're going to click login here. And once we've logged in, the first thing you need to do is you need to go into your configuration settings. A majority of this information should already be in there from your office setup, your ERO setup, and then we've obviously created a preparer for you. That's the way you get to log into the software. But we need to verify the first three, making sure that the information in there is in fact correct. And that is a very simple process. For office setup, you simply click select, and your office name will be at the top. Your DCN range, you don't really need to worry about that too much. There will be a 5-digit number in there, declaration control number. It's an IRS tracking piece, not very important. TFS will be our static bank. That is who we are using for our bank product processing. If your address information in here is for some reason incorrect, what you're going to do is you're going to hit the edit button. Edit's going to pull up your address information and allow you to change it if you need to. So go ahead and put in your new street address, city, state, zip. And the important part is once you've input that information, you absolutely have to hit the update button in order for that to save. So you're updating that information. We need at least one office phone number in here or business phone number in here. So obviously you don't want to put your home phone number on your tax return, so go ahead and change that to business phone number, and we're going to update that as well. And you can see that it changes from home to business. So I'm going to save that information. Again, that was our office setup information. Under ERO setup, we're going to hit select, and we have our EFIN number in there. This information should be accurate as well, but we want to double check, and we're going to edit, and we're going to see the address. Actually, you don't even need to access this information if you're using one of the no limit tax refunds EFINs. You won't need to edit or adjust this information at all. So I'm going to click save here and return. The preparer setup, this is where the majority of your time is going to be spent getting your additional preparers in your office set up. We've created a preparer which creates your login, and I think we use this test preparer here. Just using some generic information, since we may or may not have your actual PTIN number, we don't have your social security number. We're going to need you to go in and correct the social, put in your actual name if we haven't entered that correctly there for you, and update your PTIN record. Your password, if you would like to change your password, your username will be static. Your password, you can select change and change that. Down here at the bottom, this is where you're going to either make your preparers live in terms of their login credentials, or you're going to deactivate them based on what you want. So yes means active, meaning that they're turned on. No means they're turned off. So if you parted ways with the preparer mid-season, you're going to go ahead and flip them to no. So now that we've got that, we're going to create a test preparer record here just to show you how that is, and we'll explain also the credential types as far as what these preparer type access levels will allow them to do. So I'm going to go ahead and save this, and we're going to add a preparer. So the first thing that we're going to select is the preparer type. Now, a junior preparer is they have the least abilities. So I don't think a junior preparer, it doesn't even have the ability to actually send an e-file or e-file a return. So they can create tax returns, do a lot of data entry, do some printing, and look at the client list, but that's about all of their abilities. Now, a preparer can create a return, look at a return, and also e-file a return, but they won't be able to print checks, run reports, do any of the administrative functions that you need to do in the office. A power preparer can do everything in the office, print checks, run reports, do everything except for the configuration. Configuration, as far as establishing preparers, if you needed to modify billing, or if you have access to modify billing, or any of that information, those privileges are reserved for a manager. So if we have just our basic preparer in our office, we just want to do returns and e-file, we're going to put them as a preparer. We're going to put their preparer here, and preparer name will be their name. We're going to put in their PTIN number. Now, the PTIN numbers that we've been using so far, like I said earlier, are just bogus kind of placeholders that you're going to need to go in and change that information. So let me type this in here. And then we're going to put in a username. We'll put in prep name, and the password will be prep name, and the security question will be prep name, and the answer will be prep name. So, is this person active? So if we want them to be active, we're going to click yes, and they will be active. And if we log out and log back in as them, it will show what our restricted pass or what our restricted access looks like. So what I've done is I've logged out as the manager, and I'm going to log back in as a preparer using the credentials that we just established, just to show you what how it deactivates the additional options that you as a manager have available to you. So I'm going to click login, and like I said, this is all that they have the ability to do: start a return, access the client list, and I forgot to mention access prior year tax returns if you need to do 2 or more or 1 or more years of tax return information. So that is the way that we will access our configuration. Very simple. We're going to go in and do the office information. You really don't need to touch the ERO information. We're going to establish our preparers. And the other configuration item was billing. Billing is something that we are going to push to you. We're going to push into the software, and it's going to be automatically defaulted in there with the appropriate dollar amounts for each form and each schedule, and based off of all of our experience as far as what are the going rates for those particular items. So the billing will be all in there. We won't have to touch that, and that is how we do our configuration. Thank you for your business, and we'll talk to you soon.